Across WA, this is Spirit Drive with Matt. Thanks to Chandler McLeod Group, your mining and resources recruitment specialists. Many vacancies, apply today. cmgjobs.com.au.
The Chandler McLeod Group, right across Western Australia, this is Spirit Drive. Time for my next guest. And I've got a lot of respect for this bloke. And I'm not just saying that to avoid getting the crap beaten out of me in a hard chat, or maybe I am, but seriously, he's one of the country's favourite and smartest comedians around, the Australian fast bowler on Skid House. Just classic.
Thanks, Australian fast bowler.
On your way back to the pavilion.
Oh, let those memories flood back again. But today, he's enjoying a stellar run on the weekly with his hilarious hard chat, which itself was spun into hard quiz. Welcome to Spirit Drive, Tom Gleeson.
Oh, thank you very much.
Great to have you on the show. Mate, I'm going to start things off because I was one of about a few 100,000 viewers who watched This Week live religiously back in 2013. Such an underrated program. I was really gunning for that to come back in 2014.
Yeah, I know. Well, it was going to come back for a little while, but then I think Channel 10 ran out of money. But it wasn't all bad. I made up a segment called I Hate You, Changed My Mind, where I only interviewed people that I hate. And it ran for a little while, but I knew it had further potential, and it became Hard Chat, which is on the weekly, which has got a lot more notoriety. So a lot of the ideas and a lot of the mucking around I was doing on that show lived on into the weekly.
I still remember too, Coney Rubbit and Labral, hilarious and horrifying at the same time. TG in a tree, just underrated.
Yeah, I know, TG in a tree. I haven't been able to get that into the weekly. I think it might be just a little bit too ludicrous.
Now, mate, have you recorded a hard chat and things just went awry or awkward, or has everyone generally been good sports?
Well, they can sort of go in several different directions. I did a hard chat with Kevin Rudd, and it ran for about 45 minutes, and we could have used the whole thing, and that's no problem. But then I did another hard chat with Layton, and it went for about 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And the only bit we could use was the bit that we aired. So the 3 minutes we used, that was it. The other 40 minutes was I don't know what.
Was she actually drinking alcohol at that time? Because we're still not 100% sure with Layton.
Yeah, well, she did pour an actual beer and started drinking it. But, yeah, it was just so... I mean, there were long, silent gaps, us just staring at each other. What are we doing? At some points I thought maybe I should finish now. No, I'll keep going so I'll get something else out of this. But hers was probably the most bizarre.
I could totally imagine that. Who is still on your list? And I'll ask as well, to be honest, have you invited someone like Sean McAuliffe to come on?
Well, I did invite Sean to come on and he turned me down.
Really?
Yeah, because he decided, it's funny, he actually decided that, he said it wouldn't work because he plays high status and I play high status as well. And I said, I know. That's why I want to do it, because it would be terrible and that would be hilarious.
Yeah, exactly right. That's what I think. The two high wits right at each other would be entertaining.
Well, yeah, the thing with Sean is, I mean, a lot of his work is, it's quite scripted and organised, whereas the thing I like about Hard Chat, it's the chaos that I enjoy, and trying to get lightning in a bottle, and maybe that doesn't appeal to him as much as it does to me.
Yeah. Do you think McAuliffe is like the upper echelon of Aussie comedians, or am I mistaken in thinking comedians actually wake up praying to the direction of Daryl Summers?
No, he's highly regarded. I mean, yeah, he's definitely one of the best TV performers in Australia, and one of the best writers as well. I mean, he's been doing so much consistent work over the years. I mean, when I used to watch the McAuliffe program and that sketch show that was on in the late 90s, and I actually sent him some scripts because I wanted to work on his show, and he ended up meeting up with me, and I was quite surprised. And I felt really flattered. But looking back on it, I realised that the industry is actually really tiny, and he was probably trying to get his hands on any good material he could get. Yes,
the hilarious Aussie comedian Tom Gleeson joins me now on Spirit Drive. We'll be back in a moment. Across WA, this is Spirit Drive, and it's all thanks to Chandler McLeod Group. Tom Gleeson is with me this hour, and we're talking about your successful hard chat segments. I do like it when you get the good ones, like Sophie Monk, and, when you openly admit you're getting the good shit from the guests. But with that too, since you fueled, I guess, the Bachelorette Beast with that segment, are you sad about Soph and Stu splitting, or don't you really give a stuff?
Well, she announced it at 11 p.m. before Australia Day when everyone's arguing about changing the date. I suggest she's got a great career in politics.
Yes.
What do you think? She knows how to take out the trash. That's what they call it.
Oh,
when
yeah.
there's some other big story, you just take out the trash. You put out the story you want no one to focus on. I think
Very
she
good
could
call.
become a great politician.
Yeah, she could be a new member for Labral.
Yeah.
I don't know, something like that. But did you get much stick as well about the similarities in that series between you and Jared?
Yeah, I got a lot of that online. I mean, as much as I joke about The Bachelorette and starting it off with Sophie Mull, I actually did not watch 1 second of it. I didn't see any of it. I kept thinking I'll watch a little bit because it'll be kind of funny just to see how it ended up.
Yeah.
But then quality got the better of me and I ended up just honing in on whatever Netflix series I was enjoying at the time, like everybody else in Australia. So I didn't end up actually watching it. But I kept getting reports. I kept getting memes sent to me of Jared and myself apparently looking the same, which is quite flattering because he's 10 years younger, got more hair.
Yes. You can, take everything you can, that's for sure.
But unflattering as well because he's stupid enough to go on a reality show and I would never do that, you know.
Double-edged sword. Now, what everyone may not know about you is obviously you've got a degree in science. So why did you go down the comedy or artistic path?
Oh, it was a race at university. So I was doing a science degree, majoring in physics and maths. But at the same time, I started stand-up, and my stand-up kind of went well straight away. I started, and then months later, I'm being offered paid gigs down at the pub, and so by the time I'd finished my degree, I was starting to get good support slots and emceeing and all these good offers. So I ended up just going that way because it was doing well at the time. I mean, if it had taken a nosedive a couple of years after that, I probably would have gone back and become a maths teacher, I guess. That's where I was headed.
Well, I guess with your intelligence, it's great armour to fire back when a hard quiz contestant tries to question your intelligence in that studio environment, which you've done a couple of times.
Well, they're all in a hard quiz. They're all dumber than me. I usually know that. You know, it's quality control to a point. We get very bright people, just below my intelligence, and then that's how we do it.
Could you see the hard quiz format going global? And who do you think would be the best comedians to fill that mould of presenter?
Oh, well, we're actually in talks at the moment with the US and UK trying to work out whether we can get versions made over there. But essentially, I feel like the host has to be good at what we call crowd work in stand-up. You've got to be good at...
Yeah.
Because really, the show Hard Quiz, the contestants are like the front row of a stand-up club. You know, with the banter that you do with them. So you need a comedian who's good at that, who's good on the fly. I mean, and also smart, I guess. You want them to sort of know what's going on with the question. So they've got to be a great improviser. And preferably, you know, be kind of good if they were high status, but that's not necessarily something they need. But the best, an ad-libber, they definitely have to be good at ad-libbing.
Well, you'd probably remember The Weakest Link, because basically to be a presenter on that global format, you had to be bitchy and look like a woman named Anne Robinson. Cornelia did fit the bill perfectly, but would it scare you or flatter you if other countries tried to emulate your look and they did find someone equally as intelligent?
Well, that's the thing. I mean, for me, I feel like a big difference with our show and The Weakest Link is both of those two were actors playing a role.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like a comedian being themselves is a little bit more enticing because it means the banter lives in the real world. It's not just being, it's not kind of pretend, you know. My barbs are real. They usually focus on things that are true. But yeah, if it was made internationally, I don't care who they get. I'd be fascinated to see who they get.
Well, we brought up at the very beginning your time on Skit House. We haven't had a sketch show in a long time. If one decided to start up again, would you dip your toe in the pond again?
I never like to say no to things because you just don't know which direction you know things are going to go. But I feel like sketches, I'm done with them. I feel like I feel like it was part of my childhood. Or you know what it's like? It's like it was back when I was at uni. I mean, I was a baby comedian putting on wigs and funny makeup and all the rest of it, and it was fun. But I tell you what, at the end of a hot day when you've got to pull the wig off, you're always pretty happy. I mean, the Australian fast bowler, that was a wig, obviously, and chest hair. They glued that chest hair to my real chest hair.
Oh.
And wearing that wig, it's acrylic. It was like wearing a beanie, and all those scenes were shot in summer. So
Fantastic.
So, you know...
I thought summer in Melbourne was only 20 degrees, but I know I've been proven wrong in this summer.
Yeah, that's right. They can get pretty harsh.
You've stolen the West Australian weather this summer by the looks of it. But Sure Thing, it's your upcoming Fringe World show in Perth this weekend. What are you bringing to the stage and why the name Sure Thing? Well,
it is a sure thing. And that's the thing. My shows, they tend to work out. So don't don't take a risk on a young up-and-coming act. Don't see something artistic, see me. That'll work. This Friday and Saturday is sold out. Tonight you can go, and Sunday, I think.
Yeah, mate. Yep, best selling point, and you're giving me the good shit, so that's fantastic. But yes, you're on tonight, tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday at the Heath Ledger Theatre. You can grab your tickets right now, comedy.com.au, to get to see Tom's razor sharp wit live. Mate, I never hated you, and you never had to change my mind, so I really do appreciate your time on the show this afternoon.
No worries, thank you.
That's Tom Gleeson on Spirit Drive. We'll be back in a moment.